Okay, so many young men today are experiencing social anxiety, right? Whether they're aware of it or not. And really, by social anxiety, I mean being afraid to be yourself. You know, if you're around other people, trying to attract a new relationship into your life, or maybe around business, like doing sales, making videos, and basically being yourself and being authentic. It's very hard for a lot of young men to really express their self. Okay, normally there's really two sides of this equation. You've got the group of men who are really afraid, and they shut off and maybe judge the external world and feel very lonely and really separate from other people because they can't literally communicate. And on the other side, you've got people who pretend to be overly confident, right? To be really confident, and they need loads of things to make them look good, and also chasing a lot of external goals in the world, to have material possessions to kind of hide this lack of confidence, right? To look good in front of others and trying to please other people. So really, we're dealing with a lack of confidence. And, you know, one of the reasons why I'm making this video right now is because, you know, I remember when I was like 17, 18 years old, like I struggled with that. Like I literally struggled physically, like to talk to people. Like I would want to say something or do something, and like I physically couldn't communicate. And I know a lot of young men struggle with that. And also I fell for the other trap as well, like trying to be like super rich and like trying to have nice things, and you know, like buy different things to try and make myself, to try and inflame my ego, to try and hide this lack of confidence. So I've been on that two spectrums. And really, I went deep into the world of social dynamics at one point, you know, as in like online business and marketing and learning about psychology. But at one point I started learning about like relationship dynamics and social dynamics. And you learn a lot of different things in that. And that's a world where a lot of young men actually get lost, right? Because they start just focusing on women, for example. And they forget about their true authentic purpose, which is actually the thing that attracts women into your life in the first place. Like if you're a man aligned with your purpose, you naturally become more attractive and confident in your path, right? But we end up focusing on either money or women or whatever path that we get sucked into, and we kind of lose our path, right? So really, like I just quickly say, like I went deep into this world of social dynamics and trying to understand it, and now to this day I'm able to make these videos. I tried to like my dream relationship that I'm in, and basically like I just feel more confident with myself to really pursue my path, right? And that's really the true benefit of having true core confidence in yourself. Like you don't have to put all of your life trying to gain status and trying to follow other people and trying to look good in front of other people. Like people spend their whole life doing that, right? Just to not feel afraid, to feel protected. But really, when you're truly confident, you have the confidence and the ability to pursue your authentic purpose in this life without worrying what people think about you, which is an amazing benefit. And also you naturally begin to attract the right people in your life, because if you're being fake, you're going to attract people who are attracted to that fakeness in your life, and it's not really your core self. And eventually that fake personality that you create has to crumble because it's not your true self. But when you're naturally authentic, you attract the relationships and the people into your life and the opportunities that are naturally aligned to you, right? Because you're genuinely putting your authentic self out there. And the people who aren't aligned with you, they're not attracted to you. That's okay. But like you're attracting the right people into your life for your mission and for your life's path, okay? So really the word confidence, right? If you break it down into its Latin origin, you've got con, which means with, and you've got fidere, which basically means trust, right? And basically the word confidence means that you're with trust, right? You have trust. And the reason why that definition is so important is because we got to ask ourselves, where does confidence come from, right? Like, why are some people confident? Why are other people's not? And really, if you look at a child, like a newly born child, children naturally have confidence, right? They're not afraid, unless they're heavily traumatized. They're not afraid to like go for what they want and to express themselves authentically, okay? So we are all born confident. Like, it's natural to be confident. But like the question is like, why are we not confident? Why are we without trust? So basically, when a newborn baby is born and a very young child, we need to trust our parents, okay? Because we're very dependent as a newborn child. We can't survive by ourselves. A lot of different mammals, a lot of different animals that are born, they are born with the ability to walk, to feed themselves, and to go out and get food. As humans, we're not. We're very, very dependent on our parents, on our tribe. So we need their love to survive. And if at some point we felt a separation from them, or we felt, or we believed, or we perceived that we are losing their love and we're by ourselves, then we are without trust. We're not confident, okay? We don't have that trust that we're gonna have the ability to survive, okay? So from that fear that we have, and a lot of people, 99% of society has this fear because, you know, like the way the system's designed is literally designed to traumatize us, because when people are traumatized, like, they're easily manipulated and they can go into a system and be controlled. So like through being born, the gestation process, the birth process, the school system, and basically the relationship dynamics between the parents are being manipulated so that the baby and the child is alone. Even though they're not physically alone, they're probably emotionally alone, right? You can say, no, I was with my parents all my childhood, but how was it emotionally for you as a child, right? And what did you perceive? It's not what's happening, it's your perception of what's happening, okay? So if we perceive that we were by ourselves at some point and we're not going to be able to survive, then we are without confidence and we're in a fear response, okay? And essentially, that's why when people have social anxiety, it's a physical fear in the body, okay? Like physically afraid of other people deep down. You're afraid of what they think of you, of what they could do, or maybe they could hurt you, or whatever it is. Or maybe it's a specific fear. Maybe it's you have a fear around men, around women that comes back to your mother or your father or your tribe or your family or your friends, okay? So really, we have to begin to work with this deep fear that we have, and it's a physical fear in the body. Like when you have social anxiety, even though you might not be aware of it, it's like normally what happens to the body, like we tense up, we close down, we look down, look away, the breathing becomes heavier or shallower, we begin to sweat, look, whatever. Like it's a body physical reaction that we have because trauma is trapped in the body. Okay, so always the first step to reclaim your true authenticity and your confidence, your trust in life, your trust in the world, your trust in other people is to heal trauma. Okay, because when we have that confidence that our parents aren't going to leave us, our family's not going to leave us, we have the core confidence to go out and interact with other people, okay? Because if we don't have that confidence behind us and that trust behind us in our family, then we don't have any protection in the world, okay? Because someone could hurt me and I don't have my family to protect me, okay? So we need to heal those traumas and to realize why we don't feel protected and why we don't feel loved, okay? It's really about the way that we heal that. It's not about changing your childhood, it's really about loving yourself, because now you're not a little child. Now you're not dependent on other people for your survival. You're now an adult and you can survive yourself, you can protect yourself. So it's really about loving yourself, being very compassionate with that hurt little child, and you will naturally reclaim your confidence, okay? It's amazing when you do these inner changes, how your life really changes in a physical level as well, but also internally with having the confidence in yourself to really be yourself around other people, okay? So firstly, it's always about healing trauma. That's the first key behind it all. And if you want specific tools and resources, go to the video that I made about healing trauma and being authentic. You will get some good resources in there. And if you want to go deeper, join my free course where we go really deep into this subject as well. The link's in the description for that. So really, I just like to leave you with a quick tip in this video, that, you know, whenever you're in an environment and you feel a lack of confidence, maybe you feel social anxiety, or you catch yourself being fake and trying to make other people like you and it's not really true to your heart, really the best solution is in that moment, when you're in that moment, use it as a trigger to go inside. When you're aware of what you're feeling or what you're thinking, use it as a trigger to go inside and begin with the body. Say, how is my body feeling right now? Maybe you're feeling tension, maybe you're feeling closed off, maybe you're sweating, maybe you're looking down. And without trying to change it, just allow that sensation, right? Because, you know, if the origin of this reaction that you're having is trauma, then it comes from your childhood, more likely. So a little child, how does a little child begin to open up? If a little child is crying, afraid, if you shout at that child, if you're angry at that child, if you try and change that child is going to get more hurt and more traumatized. But if you go to that child and you ask, what's the matter, what's happening, and you're with it, compassionately loving, give it all the patience it needs, then that child naturally begins to heal itself. Like, we naturally know how to heal. Okay, the body is very intelligent, it knows how to heal. The only thing that we need is compassion with ourselves, because when we was a child, we didn't have the compassion from our elders, from our family, from our parents, to begin to heal those traumas. Okay, so we need to reparent ourselves. We need to be the parent for ourselves. And when you do that, you will notice in your body a massive shift and everything will begin to change. Okay, so if you're feeling social anxiety, if you catch yourself being fake, use it as a trigger. Go to your body, how you're feeling, be compassionate with yourself, ask yourself questions like, where does this come from? Where was the first time that I felt this? You know, and be really patient. Maybe you're not going to get the answer straight away, but every time just go deeper and deeper and you will get a big transformation within yourself, and you will notice that you naturally become more confident. Okay, so you know, the self-development world, it's all about taking more action, forcing yourself, going out and forcing yourself to be confident and whatever. But really, like, what I'm sharing in these videos is the reverse approach. It's about going inside first to change the outside world, okay? Because it's a reflection of each one, right? So I hope this video was helpful in some way. I know a lot of young men struggle with this topic of really being confident with themselves, even though they're not aware of it maybe. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.